Oh, I think I'm doing it. Wonderful. All right, let me make sure that I have the right mic set up. All right. I think it's good to go. I do believe it's good to go. Hey, welcome. This is my first time going live on my YouTube channel. It's crazy. I've had this channel for a year and this is my first time going live. Like, why? Why for? But I'm super excited because today's video is all about my 15 lessons that I've learned during the first year of my business that have not only made me thousands of dollars, but have also made my clients thousands of dollars. And I know so deeply that it is going to seriously serve you. Like, seriously, we're going to pull back the curtain during this live and really just get to the heart of what it actually takes to build a successful coaching business. So definitely somehow, some way I will see. Okay, in the chat window. Yes. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, definitely pop them in the chat window so that we can talk about it. This is definitely going to be a very informal live because we got time. We can definitely take our time here. I'm going to go through these lessons. I'm going to talk about my story. As always, take what serves you. If you have questions about the rest, be sure to drop them in there because sometimes we throw out the baby with the bathwater and we don't want to do that. So definitely grab a notebook, grab a pen, grab something good to drink, get comfy, and we're going to get right into it. Also, I'm going to make sure that the recording is available on my YouTube channel regardless. So if you're popping in right now, or if you're seeing this in the future, either way, you'll have access to it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, at the end, I'm going to share my 3-step framework for how you can make money during any season of your business. So make sure you stay tuned until the very end to not only hear all of the lessons, that you don't miss anything important, but so that you can also get the easy simple 3-step framework that will literally serve you and help you earn money in your business, no matter what stage of business you're in. So let's get to it. I have my notes as well. So, because who's memorizing 15 lessons? That's not what we do here. We prioritize ease here. So, lesson number 1, all of our beliefs, especially the beliefs that we have about our own capabilities, come from somewhere. And this is important because oftentimes, especially when we're just starting out in our business, I know when I was just starting out in my business, I had this preconceived notion that there was only certain things I could do. I didn't see myself expanding into the greater possibilities I could actually imagine for myself. And when you actually take the time to really sit and think, well, why is it that I feel like I can't do this business? Or why is it that I feel like I can't pivot into this particular niche? Oftentimes it's because we think that we're not capable, and we think that we're not capable or that we're not good enough because something in the outside world, and usually it's the isms, the racism, patriarchy, homophobia, all the things, white supremacy culture, that teaches us that we're not worthy, that we are inherently not worthy, that we inherently have something wrong with us and aren't capable. So anytime you feel a calling on yourself, on your life, to do something that you want to do, but you're feeling like you're not able to do it, like you're not capable of doing it, interrogate those thoughts. Interrogate those thoughts and ask yourself, where does this come from? Because it didn't originate from you, that's for sure. And when you know where it came from, you reclaim your power, and then you're able to go after the big dreams that you have, the big goals that you have, the big income goals that you have. You can do that. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 2. So lesson number 2 is our superpowers never actually seem that super to us. And that is actually extremely, extremely helpful to realize, because when we're often thinking about, what are our strengths? Like, what is my strength? What do I bring to the table? What type of value can I bring to this world? How could I actually help someone? We often overlook the simplest, easiest thing, the thing that comes easy to us that doesn't come easy to other people. And your strength will not look like somebody else's strength. Remember that. So oftentimes when you're growing your business and you're getting stuck in comparison mode and thinking, oh, well, I'm not doing it this way, they're doing it that way, maybe I should do something different. Stop to consider the fact that your strengths may not be their strengths. And that's fine, because no strength is better than any other strength. Like, it's not the case. Your strength might be that you just love loving on people, and that maybe you just, have a big, huge heart, and you just envelop people in your love. And that's cool. Lead with that in your business. But if that's not your strength, that's fine. Maybe you're more of an ideas person. Maybe you're more of a logical thinker. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you're more creative. Whatever your strength is, don't judge it. Don't judge it. Lean into it. I'm sure there's a better word I could have used than lean in, but use it. Use the strength that you've been given and do not judge it, because that is the key to your success. That is the key to you finally creating income in your business. Think about that. All right. Lesson number 3. This is a big one too. They're all big ones. I'm just going to say that for every single one, but failure hurts. Failure hurts, but it cannot kill you. Remember that. I told my best friend this, that, in business, failure is technically the baseline. It is technically the baseline. That means that for maybe like 90% of the year, you're not having new money coming in. You maybe aren't having new sales coming in. Like, you're really doing this work for sales to happen in literally a moment of time. In a moment of time, you're worried and frustrated because you're feeling like it's not working, things aren't happening, but you're stressing yourself out for literally to experience one moment, like one moment in time. Like, even if you had 100 clients, that's literally just 100 moments in time where a sale is actually made. So it doesn't make sense to stress yourself out over the process, over the time where you're not experiencing the sales or the money coming in. Because when you stress yourself out during those times, you're not going to be able to be ready to receive during the moments when it does actually happen. And it will actually happen. And we'll talk about that later. So, number 4, we all know how to sell. We're just afraid to do it wrong. This one has definitely served me deeply. Everyone and their mama has a course about how to sell and how to do it this way, how to do it that way. And if you're missing these 10 points, then you're wrong. If you're missing these key steps, then it's not going to work. Selling is literally just making an offer to help someone get something, to help someone feel something. Help. It's extending a helping hand. That is literally all an offer is. That is the bare bones of selling. You don't have to be an expert copywriter. You don't have to be an expert salesperson. It's literally just extending an offer to help someone. If you ever offered to hold the door open for someone, there you go. That's selling. That's selling, and that's service. Selling is service. There you go. It's literally just that simple. And when we try to overcomplicate it and try and figure out all the ways that we're doing it wrong, or that we're messing up, or we're not hitting all the key points, that's when you're overthinking, you're overcomplicating, and you're sabotaging yourself. So just keep it simple. You can't do it wrong. You cannot do it wrong. You just got to do it though. So that's the thing. You just got to do it. Just do it. All right. Number 5, there's a time to experiment and a time to be patient. Whew, this is a big one that I learned because, say, for the first, maybe 6 months or so of my business, I started my business last September, hence why this is my 1-year business anniversary this month. For the first 6 months, I literally just thought that all you had to do was just post content. I was like, yeah, if you just post content, then that's it. And just keep posting content. But I didn't experiment with anything. I didn't try anything different. And when I say try something different, right, I don't just mean like talk about something different in your content, in your YouTube videos, in your IG posts. Like, no, like when people experience content, right, they experience content in the present moment. And because of the way that social media is, the nature of it, when you post a piece of content, a video, an IG post, a story, whatever, because of the nature of the internet, people are going to forget everything you said, like maybe an hour later. Like maybe an hour later, there maybe even less for some people. Like they won't even remember what the heck they just saw. Think of it yourself. Think about the last, say, 3 pieces of content that you saw, posts that you saw on Instagram or maybe even YouTube videos. Like what were the details of that content? Like what was the main idea of those pieces of content? You don't know. You don't remember. Because we're bombarded constantly, day in, day out, with all of this noise and all of this messaging. Everybody's selling something. Our brains have just naturally learned how to tune most of it out so we don't drive ourselves insane. So people absorb it in the present moment. So that's why it's important to not overthink the things that you post, but to just lead with service. Just do your best in the moment to help someone. And extend an invitation to help them even further through your paid service every single time. That's literally all you have to do. And the moment where, and when you're thinking about experimenting, experiment with getting out of the content. So instead of thinking that, oh, I'm just going to talk about this different topic this month, it's more than that. Experimenting is more like experimenting with your touch points. So if you're not familiar with touch points is like a marketing term. They're basically the areas, the hows that people are interacting with you and your business. That's it. So if you post to IG, those are touch points. If you post to YouTube, those are touch points. But when you start to incorporate and start to experiment, high impact, high value touch points, that is where experimentation happens. That is where you start to expand and attempt to hit your income goals. This is why people will post content on a regular basis, but then maybe they'll decide to do like a webinar or a free training. These are experimenting with high value touch points where they're giving the people in their audience, in their community, the opportunity to interact with them on